It's time for the Brouhaha Sports Show. Brouhaha Sports with award-winning sports writer Dale McKee and co-host Marshall Wood. Talking sports with the legends of the game and famous sports personalities. Brouhaha! Now to Marshall and Dale with tonight's guest.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brouhaha. Marshall Wood and Dale McKee ready to go again. Dale.
Yes.
How are you doing, sir?
Fine. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. What's going on in the world of sports? Anything?
Not much.
Well, let's go to your sideline view.
Is there a lot?
It looks like a lot to me.
A little baseball, a little football,
Yeah.
a little golf.
Yeah.
What else do we need?
Well, what's about the draft coming up?
The draft? What's the draft?
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me. You the one who wrote about it.
I thought they did away with the draft.
I don't know. Well, it said, who wrote the sideline view? Did you write that?
Oh, yeah, yes, I did.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Here you go. Here's some paper. Read it and tell us what's on it. Tell us about the draft.
I thought you were talking about the Army draft, Navy draft, something. I didn't know you were talking about that draft.
I got you. I didn't know there was but one.
There's only one now.
There's only one now. I tell you what, I was registered for the other one.
I was too.
I bet you were. You old. How old are you?
I'm old.
You ain't as old as I am, though.
Well, let's just
How old?
say.
I'm 66. How old are
Well, let's just say that I look
you? You
younger.
scared to
I
share?
look younger.
Are you
than
scared to share your age?
I look younger.
Yes or
than
no?
you.
Are you
look
scared
younger.
of your age?
I don't want to tell you how old I am, because if I tell you how old I am,
I'm 66 and a half.
My mother will get mad at me.
Your mama. Bless your mama's heart.
She'll get mad at me.
She'll get mad at you.
But I do look younger than you, don't I?
No.
Well, there goes that thing out the door.
No. You are a young-looking fella, but anyway, don't look like we got much time to talk about sports tonight. Who you got? Who you got for the guest? It's gonna be a great night, folks. You just hang in there.
Well,
who we got tonight? And what does he do?
Oh, this is the radio show.
It's a radio show called the Brouhaha. We do it every
I thought we were talking about sideline view. I didn't know.
No.
We have Ryan Griffin. He's with sports marketing at Pearl River Resort, and they do a fabulous job. They sponsor a lot of events, and he's going to tell us all about the events that he sponsors, sports related. He's also going to tell us about what they do at the college level, the different sports, and what they do as far as helping marketing the colleges.
Oh, so this with the Brouhaha? Is that right?
Pearl River Resort.
Pearl River Resorts.
Philadelphia, Mississippi. This is the big time.
That is big time.
This is big time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. Big time.
They have conferences up there and gambling up there and
No,
golf up
no
there.
gambling. No,
They got everything.
This is
up
the
there.
resort. This is the resort. It's separate from the.
Is it?
Yes. Yes, there's two different.
So he got nothing to do with it.
I have no idea. We're going to talk to him. He'll answer that for you.
Well, I'll just tell you, I've been up there before.
The resort. I stayed.
See, when I go to a resort, I look for a resort, and I define a resort by all that they offer. Now, that one I thought offered golf,
Yes.
a place to sleep,
Yes.
a place to eat,
Yes.
and a place to gamble.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, they do. You never been up there?
No.
Really?
No, I spent the night there one time, but
You
it
didn't
was.
see all that bright
No,
light?
it was like I was going from Waynesboro to Oxford, and we get about halfway, and we play a high school football game in the area. We come back to there, and we get out, and we spend the night there at their hotel, and get up the next morning about 6. So I didn't see anything.
Probably a good thing.
All I saw was the ceiling, I guess, of my room.
Yeah.
So.
I've been up there, so they got a really good restaurant up there in that place.
Have you?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
when I spent the night there, that's probably 25 years ago too.
When my son got married several years ago, and we went up there for his bachelor outing, and we went out there and played golf. And we stayed. We didn't stay at the casinos. I think they own the golf course, and I think they had one time had a real big relationship with John Daly. Anyway, it was a really, really nice golf course. You play golf?
No.
Okay.
I used to try in high school and college, but every time I get on the golf course, I get on the tee, getting ready to shoot, and if I saw water, I hit it.
You jumped in the water?
No, I would hit my golf ball into the water.
Okay.
I hit my golf ball. It didn't matter if it was 10 yards from me or 100 yards. It was like, it was going in the water. And if I didn't do that, you know, I batted in baseball right-handed. And so for some reason, you know, I hit a lot of foul balls, I guess, to left field because I was hitting that golf ball to left field instead of straight, you know.
You was hooking it.
Yeah, I was hooking it. Of course, out at the little Waynesboro Country Club, if you hook it too much, it lands in the road there, you know.
Yeah. Or yes,
So,
sir. I've put quite a few in the road out there.
Yeah.
I'll hook it and slice it and top it.
So finally, I just started going up to the green and putting the ball on the green and said, "Hey, shot a 4 or 5." That's what it was.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's move on. We told everybody who our guest was, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
I believe we did. So
Yes,
we're ahead of the ball game. And being ahead of the ball game, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's take a commercial break. And then after this break, we're going to come back with tonight's guest. That sound like a winner to you?
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, aren't you running the show?
No, I'm just wanting to make sure it's okay with you. You're the boss.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Since when?
You've been. This is your idea. Everybody, the Brouhaha is Dale's fault. By the way.
I didn't name it. I promise you, folks, I did not name it.
Well, that all fun being said, let's take a break here from the sponsors, and Dale and I are going to be back with tonight's guest for a stomp down good time. Y'all hang on. We'll be back after the break.
Phillips Building Supply in Laurel, your hometown building supply store since 1954. We are locally owned and pride ourselves on helping our customers find exactly what they need. From foundations to roofs to doors and windows, Phillips has it. For tools, hardware, lumber, and plywood, visit Phillips Building Supply.
Welcome to the show, Ryan. Ryan, how are you doing today? How's everything where you are today?
And it's been great. It's just been burning up the roads between Bocoma Casino and Sandersville, and then Pearl River Resort in Philadelphia. So you know how it is.
Yes, sir. That's a long way. Well, listen. Tell us now, right now, what is your title at Pearl River Resort?
I'm director over advertising and creative.
Okay. And do you do we're basically a sports show, so how does your job relate to sports? Like what kind of things do you offer?
Well, as far as what we offer, in terms of sports, so to be our sports book, which has been, you know, statewide, has been a great asset since the legislature passed it back about 3 years ago, right before COVID. Folks have really enjoyed it. It's been a great amenity. It adds more fun to games. You know, you don't have to bet a whole lot, but you know, when you have a little thing involved in a little bit involved in the game, then you know it makes it more exciting for everyone. So that's one of the biggest things that we've added to sports. Now, in terms of our advertising side, you know, we promote the resort amenities and at Southern Miss, at Starkville, and at Mississippi State, and at Ole Miss, because we know we have a wide array of activities for everyone, from you know slots and tables. But we have dining, we have spa, we have a water park, we have 2 great golf courses. So that's kind of how we promote ourselves throughout the sporting venues.
Well, it just seems like since it's baseball season, and you know, I'm kind of watching, you know, Ole Miss and State and Southern Miss, and in the baseball, it just seems like that I see a lot of advertising. I see Pearl River Resort's got a sign right behind home plate, and then it seems like they always have one in center field. Is that kind of things that y'all do for the colleges?
Yeah, so that's something we've really introduced over the last couple of years, is promoting ourselves through these highly viewed venues right now, sporting venues, especially baseball, which is so hot in Mississippi right now. Definitely. So that's something we focused on And it supports the school, of course, you know.
Yes.
And that was also something that we could do to help the schools and, you know, promote our amenities.
Well, listen, do you do anything for the pros yet? Or are you just based in Mississippi, basically?
We don't do much pros. No, we do some things in Alabama. We work with the Squadron some, the basketball team, the feeder team for the Pelicans, and then Birmingham Barons over in Birmingham. We've done some things over there. Birmingham's a good feeder market for us, and we get a lot of activity from over there. So we do divert dollars to that area as far as advertising.
What?
The Barons have been a great one, and Squadron, you know, they had the Pelicans Hawks game opening season, that opened the season last year, and it was televised. It was a great game, and we had a lot of visibility.
What about your association with the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame?
Yes, that's been great. You know, we sponsored it last year with the basketball. With basketball over there in Jackson, and then of course they were doing the renovations this year, so they hosted the Golden Moon this year. Been a great relationship. I think it's been you know, like a good partnership. Everyone's enjoyed it, and we appreciate being a part of it. Thank them for letting us do it.
Well, now, are y'all involved in like the selection of the college baseball player of the year, basketball, football?
No, we don't do any of that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we just help sponsor and promote it.
I got you. Okay, so what is your background before you got into sports marketing?
Well, so newspapers. I started out in newspapers when I got out of college. Then I was the public relations manager for Pearl River Resort for about 6 years. And then went back to newspapers for a few years, and then they asked me to come back to run advertising about 6 years ago. So
it's worked.
that's kind of it.
Yeah, so it's worked out real well for you. Now, in newspapers, I know that you at one time did a lot of sports writing, right? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I've worked with Leader Call and Impact and Jasper County News, so I did all of that.
Okay.
Did a lot of sports, definitely.
Okay.
I have a couple of questions. You mentioned a couple of golf courses. Are both of those in Philadelphia?
They are. It's the Azaleas and the Oaks
Okay.
at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club.
I've played there. I'm not
They're
a golfer.
nationally ranked.
Yeah.
You have?
I have years ago, and it was really super experience. First class. And I cut you off there. You were fixing to tell us and how good those courses are, but you go ahead.
Yeah, they're nationally ranked. They actually, Golf Digest calls it the Augusta you can play.
Wow.
The Azaleas that.
Yeah. I wanted people to
We just
understand.
did a lot of renovations.
Yeah.
We redid the clubhouse. We redid the bunkers on the green sides. So everything is being updated. It's first class right now.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah. We had a whole lot of fun up there, and it was just a great course and a great outing for us. And we went up there, and I tell you something else we found out. You know, of course, you know, you think about up there, you think about the, you know, first thing that comes to my mind, slot machines, casinos, and all that kind of stuff. But there's so much more. There's so much more to it, like the golf you're talking about. Don't y'all have other things? Isn't there a big water park up there? Is that y'all? Do y'all do that too?
Yes, sir. It's Geyser Falls Water Theme Park. We'll open it up around Memorial Day weekend.
That's a big deal.
We did some refurbishing to that as well. So there's some new event or new attractions for folks to enjoy. But it'll open Memorial Day weekend, close around Labor Day week.
All right. two casinos. Are there two? There's
Three,
two,
actually.
okay. Well, right there. Okay.
If you count Oklahoma, there's three.
I got you. So we'll come back to that in a minute. But so you got two, and there's two motels up there. One on one side of the road, and one on the other side of the road in Philadelphia. Both of them have casinos with each one of them, or is there just one casino?
There's two casinos, two hotels there, and then we have Dancing Rabbit Inn.
Yeah, that's the one we stayed in.
Which we just renovated as well, and that's right outside the golf course.
Right. Do both motels have, that's one of those restaurants up there is as good as I've ever been in, and I can't remember. I think if you're going north, it'd be on the left side.
Philippines?
Yeah, yeah. That place is pretty good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's our signature steakhouse.
Yeah.
And we just opened a new one about 2 years ago called Mom and M's, which is kind of an upscale Southern comfort food, and it's very good as well. Over at Golden Moon.
Okay. There's a lot to do up there besides pull slot machine levers, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we got a full service spa, salon, shopping, dining, golf, water park. Really, it's a full experience. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it's a vacation destination. Sounds to me like.
It definitely is. I mean, you got 2 days of full experiences.
Yeah.
Well, what about the golf courses? One more time, touching base on that. Are y'all associated with any of the pro golfers? I know at one time maybe John Daly was maybe associated with y'all. Are there any pro golfers?
He was at one time. Right now, our main partner is Steve Azar.
Okay.
Who is, he wrote "I Don't Have to Be Me Till Monday," saying that.
Yeah. Okay. And
he was like the number 2 professional celebrity golfer in the country at one time. Great golfer. He's the ambassador for entertainment for the state of Mississippi, and he just wrote. He wrote the new state song. So he's been a great partner with us.
Wow.
And he's been promoting the golf courses and the resort and everything. So we've really enjoyed that partnership.
well, listen. What about concerts? Like when you bring in the musicians?
Concerts, we've got. Let's see. We've got Sawyer Brown coming in May. And Jeff Foxworthy coming in June, and Fluffy, which is Gabriel Iglesias, coming in July. And you can see all the dates on that on BurrRiverResort.com.
I might have to take that Savoy Brown out a little bit. That's not a name you hear every day. I remember it. I remember a song called "Tell Mama" they used to sing. Boy, I like that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Aging myself.
Yep.
Now,
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
for some of our listeners that may not be very familiar with that area, is all the resort and the hotels and all that, is all that on federal land?
Yeah, it's all on tribal land.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, okay, anyway.
sure is. And we're doing some expansions over in Sandersville for your folks down there. And
Talk about that. Tell us about what you're doing there.
So we're opening up a new restaurant, which will be a bigger, expanded restaurant, and then a larger sports book where folks can sit around and eat and have more screens and that kind of thing. So it'll be a little bit more pleasurable experience for them to just hang out and lounge around and watch games. So that should be coming up in the next few months.
Okay.
They broke ground about a month ago on that.
Well, listen, we've really enjoyed you being on the show. Do you have anything else that you'd like to tell us about before we kind of have to end this segment of the show?
No, just check out PearlRiverResort.com. Check out the concerts. You'll get to Bocoma from there. The website for that, Geyser Falls, Dancing Rabbits, all right there. So yeah, just check us out and come hang out. Have a good time.
Well, it looks like you've got a great operation up there and in Sandersville, and plus we're really proud of your association with our colleges, because during this time of economic decline, I guess in some areas, sports seems to be not declining that much. They just seem to be going up.
Exactly.
So I guess that's where the money needs to go. Follow the money, as they say in economics courses. Well, listen, we really enjoyed you being on the show. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Listen, have a great day, and maybe you can be back with us again, Dave, again in the not too distant future. Thanks for everything.
Love to. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. We appreciate Ryan being with us today. We're going to take a break here from some of our sponsors, and Dale and I will be back with the final segment right after this commercial.
Phillips Building Supply in Laurel, your hometown building supply store since 1954. We are locally owned and pride ourselves on helping our customers find exactly what they need. From foundations to roofs to doors and windows, Phillips has it. For tools, hardware, lumber, and plywood, visit Phillips Building Supply.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, Dale, do you know all you need to know about the opportunities afforded to us by the? Now, who owns? We should have asked him this. I think who owns those properties? I mean, they're on tribal land, which is, I guess, the way that works is that's land that the Indians got and is a settlement or something from the federal government. Is what that is? Is that what they're talking about? How much you know about that?
I know very little.
Okay. You know what I like? A man that admits that. I've talked to people before, and I've been guilty of you talking when you don't know what you're talking about. You don't ever do that, do
I
you?
just know it's reservation land,
Yeah.
and it's federal land, and I tried to bring that out in the conversation with Ryan, which Ryan did a great job, telling us what all they had, and I mean, there's things up there for the whole family, and we're not, I guess, telling people to go up there, but it'd be great to check out, the swimming and the golf and
A lot of stuff's got nothing to do with gambling.
steaks, steaks,
yeah.
shopping and things like that, and of course,
And golf, world-class golf.
yes, and a little Augusta.
It doesn't get much better than that.
No.
And I'm going to tell you, I spent a number of years, I went over there in 2012. Mm-hmm. That's when my son got married, and we went up there, and all the crew went up there and played golf. And it's one of the best courses I've ever been on. I played in a lot of places. I've never played anywhere well because I'm no good, but I like to laugh and have a good time. So if you ever want to play golf with me, I tell everybody, get ready to get laughed at, because the first time you shank it, I'm going to laugh, but I will laugh at myself too. It's a fun game when you can laugh. I don't see how these guys do it and stay serious all the time.
Well,
I guess they're good.
I don't either. I think you got to have a lot of patience in golf, and I'm a kind of guy. Sometime in the many hats that I wear, I'm doing this, and this at the same time. I'm trying to kill, as they say, one bird with 3 stones, or 3 stones with one bird, ever how it is. But anyway,
I believe it's 2 birds with 1 stone. You're very optimistic, Dale.
Yeah, I probably am.
Have you ever killed a bird with a stone?
No, but
I have.
I have with a BB gun.
I've killed a lot of them with a BB gun. I killed a dove with a rock one time.
Really?
Sure did.
You are a lot older than me, because when I came along,
They had guns?
they had BB guns.
We didn't have guns when I was coming
No,
up.
evidently you didn't. You
We
had
had
rocks.
spears and rocks.
Yeah. It sounded like biblical days.
I didn't need a gun.
Are you that old?
I'm pretty old, but not as old as you.
Yeah.
Let me back up. I know you're a young man, Dale.
Well, no,
I'm giving
you
that
just
to
gave
you.
your age away. I mean, you got a son, been married 10 years.
I've
Come
already
on.
said how old I am. I'm
I mean,
66.
You are old, man.
I got a grandbaby, man.
Okay,
Hey, you got any grandbabies?
Well, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
You got grandbaby?
Yeah.
How many you got?
Well, I forgot 2 or 3.
How old are they? Mine's 2 months.
Well, I have a granddaughter that's 12, going on 18.
That's
and,
the gymnast.
That's the gymnast.
Yeah. And I've said this before, but now you told me something. I'm talking to sports parents out there, and grandparents need to listen to this. It's worth repeating. I was talking to Dale a couple of years ago. This is before we were ever doing the Brouhaha, and he was telling me about his granddaughter that was a gymnast, and really the way that happened, he was talking about going over to Alabama to watch a gymnastics meet, and I said, "Well, Dale, I'm kind of impressed. You're going to a gymnastics meet. That's a big deal to me. I've never seen one except on TV during a World or the Olympics or whatever." And I said, "Why are you doing that?" He said, "I want you to listen to this. Now, it's big for you parents and for your grandparents." He said, "We're going over here to watch gymnastics so that when we go to watch our granddaughter, we'll know what she's doing and we'll know how to talk to her and be involved with her." I'm going to tell you what, for all you grandparents and all you parents out there, supporting your kids and your grandkids in sports to me is one of the greatest things you can do. I salute you on that, Dale, and your wife.
Well, I'll tell you what, this year, me and my wife went over there and we got to see the LSU gymnastics play Alabama. We got to see Florida. And we got to see one other meet that Auburn, Florida, and LSU.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, LSU and Florida were in the Final Four of the gymnastics. And Auburn had the girl that won the Olympic gold medal last year, or at the last Olympics, on their team. That's Suni Lee. And I'm going to tell you what, the SEC always brags about having great athletes in every sport. Well, they definitely have them in gymnastics.
Yeah.
Maybe world-class athletes compared to some of our other sports, because you think about it, you've got a girl that's competing at Auburn University that won the gold medal
in the Olympics. Yeah.
I mean, is that world class?
That's world class, man.
And
that's first class world class.
And the Auburn Alabama meet, of course, they call it a little Iron Bowl, but it was sold out. Coleman Coliseum seats about 13,000. It was sold out. And Alabama had a pep band there, and they had cheerleaders. And
gymnastics a lot bigger in the Southeast than people may realize.
And you had a bunch of 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old girls running around there too.
Yes, sir.
Wanting to be future
gymnastics.
But I mean, it's great competition, and like I said, me and my wife, we kind of got in the habit of going the last 3 or 4 years, and it gives us great conversations with our granddaughter.
Yeah.
Because we'll say, we saw so and so. Oh yes.
Oh, she knows.
She's one of my favorites. She's one of my favorite.
Oh.
So
Well, we got the NBA playoffs going on. I think round 1. I was kind of looking at that. We got the Bucks and the Heat. The Heat's up 2-1. Cavaliers and the Knicks are playing, and the Knicks are up 3-1. The 76ers and the Nets. The 76ers have swept the Nets 4-0 in round 1. The Celtics and the Hawks. Celtics up 3-1. A lot of people think the Celtics. I think the Celtics are favored to win it. I think if you were to ask Vegas, and we could have asked our friend from Pearl River Resorts a while ago, what they may be thinking about that. But
well, as long as they got Bill Russell, the Celtics, they're going to be tough. Is Dr. J still playing for the 76ers?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I didn't know.
I don't know what, but anyway, Bill Russell, huh? Okay. Celtics up 3-1. Denver over Minnesota 3-1. Phoenix over LA 3-1. Sacramento, Golden State hooked up at 2-2, and the Lakers lead Memphis 2-1. And again, looking at the best odds to win it, the Celtics are the favorite to win the NBA title at plus 300. I've always liked the Celtics.
Well, I've got a love-hate affair with them. When I was growing up in the '60s, I was a big Laker fan because my favorite player was Jerry West.
Yeah. So he went on to be a senator, didn't he?
Nope.
That was Bill Bradley.
That was Bill Bradley from the Knicks.
He was at the Knicks.
But I really liked the Lakers, and I guess the Celtics were the bad team, but then they lost all those great Celtics players who were really outstanding, winning 11 championships in about 13 years. But the thing about them was that when they started rehauling the Celtics, I kind of got on board with them because I wanted them to come back and be a glamour team like they once were, because it's like if you got two rivals and one of the rivals keeps beating the other one all the time, that's really not a rivalry.
I know, right?
No, I mean, that's not really good. And so that's kind of the way it was. So I wanted the Celtics to come back and be good. And by the time they got Larry Bird and all them, I was a big Celtic fan, and I actually turned against the Lakers because then I liked the Celtics.
Traitor.
Yeah, and then I became a Michael Jordan fan. So I guess I just followed the great players, because, I mean, Michael Jordan was, I don't know. Listen, they always talk about who the greatest basketball player. I don't know if you can really tell who the greatest basketball player was. I mean, are you talking about wins? I guess you go with Bill Russell. If you're going about just a great all-around athlete, it'd be Michael Jordan. Larry Bird probably got more out of his athletic skills than anybody that's ever lived, but because he was slow and he wasn't quick, and and he couldn't run up and down the court, and all he could do was win, and of course it was a very competitive time too. But I guess that I think it'd be hard trying to say because Dr. J was special when he came into the league.
How about Dr. Duncanstein?
Yeah, well, I really liked Dr. J when he came in because all his classy dunks, and he was such a good personality and a good fella. So just listening to him on the television back in the day, the old black and white TV.
Yeah.
So I guess I am
black and white TV. You watch the black and white TV? Never mind. We're not going there. Okay, we know that's off limits. I don't want to get your mama mad at me.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Prime time this weekend.
Oh, prime.
Man, they put on a show up there, didn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but it was on.
It was on.
It was on, and I was doing something else, and I meant to watch it, but I think they had a sellout, 48,000 up there in the stadium.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of it. It was electric.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? He's fallen. The transfer portal's getting him. He's lost 3 today, I think. The transfer portal's opened back up. There was a receiver the other night up there, and when they were playing, I can't remember what he did. Here it is. Montana Lamonius Craig is in the transfer portal now. He caught 3 passes for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns in the spring game. So he lit it up, but he proved his value, and he went and immediately hit the transfer portal. Of course, they got some other good receivers up there. But now, Dion, we've talked about that a lot. I just want to see how you felt about what they accomplished up there.
Well, I do know that Montana, I believe that's his first name, he was one of the leftovers that didn't get run off, basically.
Right.
And so, he might have just always said, okay, I'll just wait and see how this goes. And I don't know. It's a lot of his friends probably left, and it may be one of those things. But I think I looked at the Colorado schedule that they open Labor Day weekend over in Dallas, and I might end up at the game. They're going to play, I believe it's TCU. Mm-hmm. And that's not far from where my youngest boy lives, maybe about 10 miles. But it should be everywhere he goes. There's going to be, as they say, there's going to be fannies in the seats. Because they said it had a little snow and people were wiping off snow off the seats up there Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you want to go out there in the snow and watch a ball game, hadn't been in the snow in very many.
Yeah.
Watched very many football games in the snow, so I wouldn't know about that. But
can you name a game you watched in the snow?
no, but the coldest game I watched one time was around 1969. It was about 0 degrees, and I went up to Tiger Stadium out there in Whistler, Mississippi, if you know where that is, and they were playing State Line. And what I remember about that ball game is I think Beat 4 won the game pretty easily. But the kick off man for State Line missed the ball on the opening kickoff of the game.
Strike 1.
Yeah, well, the ball just laid there.
What happens?
Well, it's a live ball till somebody touches it. And of course, he went up and tried to pick it up and all that kind of stuff, but it didn't go 10 yards. But at that time, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think they gave the ball to beat 4, maybe right there.
Okay, now that brings a rule. Okay, so the kickoff team couldn't have touched it because it hadn't gone 10 yards. Is that correct?
Well, like
They can't
I said, it's like I said, I can't remember all about it. I just remember he missed the kick.
Yeah.
That he was running up there to kick the ball, and he missed the ball.
Let's go hypothetical here. Let's go current day. And we're at a football game up there at Wayne County High School Stadium. And the kicker misses the ball. And it falls off on the ground.
I can't be 100% about the rules, but I assume that say if it was the opposing team, we'd give Wayne County the ball on the 35 or the 40. I mean, they might give them there.
Or where it's sitting.
Or so where it's sitting. I'm
It'd
not.
be interesting research to figure that out. Maybe you can get a report for us next week on the Brouhaha and tell us what would happen in a case like that.
I will call one of the old officials about my age.
The young guys. Call an old one that might have seen a thing or two.
Well, I want to call an official that actually has read the rule book. So,
do they have those that read the book? Oh, we better shut up and get out of here, Dale. Listen, I appreciate you, and it's always a lot of fun, and we enjoyed talking to our friend from the Pearl River Resorts. So we had a good time. And we want to tell everybody that you'll be able to listen to this again, if you want to, on demand at our YouTube channel at the Brouhaha. And of course, we have a Facebook page where we post our upcoming shows, and you can see some of Dale's. If you're not subscribing to any of the papers that can get it, you can follow the Sideline View on that website as well. But for now, it looks like we're about out of time, so it's time to say goodbye, Dale. Can you do it?
goodbye, Dale.
That's a wrap. Take us out of here, Jamie. We'll see you next week for more of the Brouhaha. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to the Brouhaha with Dale McKee and Marshall Wood. Heard Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. on WABO. For more of the Brouhaha, follow us during the week on Facebook and WABO.